zisati dzaziva. Ndine shoko guru randinoda kubudzai. Nelson Chamisa wave nebato itsva. Iri danho rakatorwa mushure mekunge paonekwa kuti zita reMDC rakange rasvibiswa nemhandu. Ngonzo rako michina nakupe nevamwe. Saka kana mave kuzoenda kunovhota, munofanira kucherekedza kwazvo chiso chaChamisa nemasi matatu pamwe neruvara rwemabhanana. Votera Nelson Chamisa, voterai pamasi matatu. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai paruvara rwemabhanana. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai pamasi matatu. Voterai Nelson Chamisa, voterai paruvara rwemabhanana. Musanyengedzwa nebato rezanu, muchipiwa mbeu nefotereza. Tinoda bato rinounza mabasa, kuti mugozvitengera mega zvamunoda. Bato rezanu rauraya nyika, muzere mbavha dzinoba zvikuru. Vanongozvifunga ivo vega, momo yenyika ichikangawaya.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Zimbabweans. It's good to be back. It's really good to be back. We have been away for so long a time. Is it because of Twitter that we were going too much on Twitter and we were no longer coming to Facebook? But anyway, we are back. Padare Namambo Sose is back, and we will be broadcasting regularly as we used to do. Twitter not deal. So we are back on Facebook. Thank you so much to those who are just joining us from across the world. Bekimpilo, Max Tole, Vote CC for Change, Chamisa Kupela. Yes, thank you so much, Bekimpilo, and everyone else who is joining us across the world. We have breaking news here about Emmerson Mnangagwa attending Davos conference. You are hearing it for the first time here on Zimai and on Change Radio. We have more to share with you about this topical issue. But of course, let's begin by saying Good Friday, Happy Easter to all of you across the world. Let's continue to pray, and God is in it. We need to keep praying that God hears us. The 40th year passed a long time ago when the children of Israel had to move away, had to be delivered from Pharaoh. We also need to keep praying so that we are delivered from modern day Pharaoh, who is Emmerson Mnangagwa and his people. So happy Good Friday. The biggest message that I can give you today on Good Friday is that please talk to your folks, talk to your friends and relatives in Zimbabwe so that they get registered. That's the biggest Easter message I can deliver to you. Let's do something. People in the diaspora, we have a lot that we can do. We can change the political complexion in Zimbabwe just by picking up a phone today and calling someone in Zimbabwe and making sure that they go and register to vote. When you've done that with your family members, do not end there. Make sure that your musha wese wekwa musha wese wekwa chisho, musha wese wekwa maru, musha wese stole, bekimpilo max stole, Ignatius C. Blakey and Stanley Mutondoro, musha wese wekwa Mtondoro ngaunge wa register kuvota. Whenever done that, don't end there. Chona kuti bhuku rese rekumaraini kwenyu, dunhu rese rekwaunobva, kana kuri kumondoro, kana kuri kuchegutu, kana kuri ku uzumba maramba pfungwe, make sure that they are registered to vote. You know, we are influencers as we are when we are here. One word, if you just tell your brother, your sekuru, your ambuya, kuti endai muno register kuvota, they will listen to you. Try it. I have done it and I'm seeing very good results. We want to see people coming here. There's a, I think there's...
Is there feedback?
Feedback, yes.
Okay, let me mute.
So we want to see people coming back here and saying, yeah, I've made 5 people from my village to register. I've taken the whole village in Mutare, in Chimani to go and register to vote. That's what we want to see in the comment section next time when we come back again. Please, let's make this a habit in our community groups, in our family groups. Make sure you take something, you know, once every week, if not every day, to just encourage people to go and register to vote. Most people, especially our youth, they have a very wrong narrative. They'll be asking you every time when I talk to them, chief, hazvina differences, chero tikaenda unovota. No. That's where voter education comes in. That's where voter education comes in. And you guys here who are listening, you have the mandate. Murutori teacher ipapa, do voter education. Teach these young ones. Teach the people, you know, whoever you're talking to. Tell them that voting changes things. And if we vote en masse, if we register en masse and vote en masse, it even becomes difficult to rig an election.
Chief, you've gone quiet.
An election, if we turn up in our numbers. The proof, the evidence to that is the reason why ZANU-PF does not do voter education. Is the reason why ZEC, even though it's mandated to do voter education, it has a budget for voter education, they do not do voter education because they deliberately don't want people to turn up to go and vote. They deliberately don't want. And they do that for a reason. So when we are saying, when we come here and tell you that, let's make sure that our folks, our people turn out to go and vote en masse. It helps. It really helps. It helped. It worked in Zambia. It will work in Zimbabwe. So please, let's do this Easter. That should be your call to act this weekend, this Easter. Just make sure that you make your people, your folks register to vote. Right, and before we go to the Davos issue, I know you want to hear more about the Davos issue. There's Estella, the Standard Chartered Bank saga in Zimbabwe. Standard Chartered Bank, yes, left Zimbabwe. To where? Estella, you can come in.
Thank you, Chief. Let me start by greeting our viewers and listeners. We wish you a warm welcome to Padari Namambo Soshe. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for those who are posting in comments. We encourage you to post your comments, tell us where you're joining us from, and feel free to ask questions or to express your sentiments right there in comments. And Chief, I might as well bring to your attention, there's someone who requested to be added to the live stream. I don't know what your...
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah, let them come on.
Okay. I'm just going to flight my number here. So please send me a text message on this number and I will send you the link And all you need to do is to click the link and it will direct you to join the live stream.
Yeah, or you can put it in the comment section as well. It doesn't matter.
All right, yeah. I'm going to also put it in the comment section as Chief has suggested.
Yeah, anyone who wants to join can join.
Yes. Then moving on to the Standard Chartered story. Standard Chartered is apparently leaving Zimbabwe. I have some tweets here which I would like to share with you, where the issue is addressed. Okay, here is one. It says, after 130 years in the country, Standard Chartered is leaving Zimbabwe. The group announced today it is exiting from a number of operations around the world to cut costs. That's one of the tweets that's out there. Another one from Bloomberg Africa says Standard Chartered is closing about half, or this is also in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, it's closing about half of its branches. That's in another country, African country, it's closing its branches. But coincidentally, at the same time that Standard Chartered is closing its branches in Zimbabwe, it is actually opening a new branch in Zambia. Here is a tweet by the News Hoax, and it reads, in a dramatic contrast on investment fortunes, while Standard Chartered was closing its Zimbabwean operation after 130 years today, just a day ago, across the Zambezi River in Zambia, the British bank opened a new headquarters in Lusaka, reaffirming its commitment to the country. So there you have it. Yesterday or a few days ago, Standard Chartered opened its new headquarters in Zambia, where the opposition executed a victory just last year and democracy was established. And today, at the same time, it is leaving from Zimbabwe. I don't know, Chief, what do you think could be the reason for Standard Chartered to leave Zimbabwe and set up next door in Zambia?
It's it's said Estella, that is what is happening. But from what I've read, from my analysis, it's purely a business decision that our Standard Chartered Bank have made. This is contrary to what ZANU-PF Farakashi have been peddling, saying that Standard Chartered Bank is relocating because of the effects of sanctions. That's not true. It's purely a business decision. That's the reason why they're pulling out in Nigeria and other countries, you know. And to me, it's a slap in the face for Emerson Mnangagwa that a big bank, a financial institution like Standard Chartered Bank would leave Zimbabwe and pack their bags and go next door to Zambia. That just shows you that they have sat down, the financial analysts, they've analyzed the situation, they've seen that their financial interests will be saved better, their business interests will be saved better in Zambia than in Zimbabwe. So that's the direction we are taking. Companies are relocating, companies are closing. If you're on WhatsApp, you've seen the list of companies that have closed in Zimbabwe, you know, since Emerson Mnangagwa took over. I think we have over 30 companies that have either relocated or completely closed down, you know, and someone is still moving around saying the doors are open for business in Zimbabwe. They are not. There is nothing like that. As you can see the picture there, it just shows you what is going on. And you see that it's not going to be Standard Chartered Bank only. More companies will be going to better managed and more settled Zambia. You can only have business in an environment that is conducive to business. The environment in Zimbabwe is not conducive to any business, even for a tuck shop. I wouldn't go and open a tuck shop in Zimbabwe. I would rather go and open my tuck shop in Zambia than to open a tuck shop in Zimbabwe right now. The political environment, the economic environment, the social environment, it's not conducive.
Even the infrastructure.
So yeah, Estella, if you wanna, there's our guest, right?
Yes.
You can bring it up.
Yes. Come in.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Thank you for adding me into this amazing platform, which we all have to learn by the end of the day and share our opinion. And thank you for letting me share my opinion regarding what's happening in Zim. The reason I'm into this links and wanting to say my contribution is because I grew up in Zim and I feel like I'm part of Zimbabwe, because the reason I speak English today is thanks to Zimbabwe. But it hurts me in the same process that as much as we are Zimbabweans, we fail to understand what's going on, and we need to find a way. And it seems like now finally people are sort of seeing the picture that if you vote, you make a difference. I'm one of those who grew up in Zim, and I'm a Mozambican by nationality, but I used to say as well, kuvotere, what's the point of kuvota? I'm one person in a million, so I won't make a difference. And as you grow older and as you see the life changing, the economics wise, the politics wise, then you say to yourself, what's going on? And then you start realizing that it's based on our decision. Whatever we make, it makes a big impact in our future. And I like the way you said earlier on, tell your family, tell your friends, and tell them that the change is on our vote. The moment we vote, we change. But you forgot to say something that I think you should have said. It was Gati votere kuchinja ZANU-PF to CCC. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But then again, it's my opinion. I was just thinking, because since I like the way you sort of put things together by saying this sounds like preach, this sounds like talk about Jesus everywhere you go. And at this time where we are in Zimbabwe, we are really desperate. Okay, I'm lucky because I live in Europe, but I still have strings attached back in Mozambique and back in Zimbabwe. And whether I like it or not, I'm still affected, because if I send money to Zimbabwe, for example, the inflation, it goes down, and the people still in poverty and in hunger. And we need to try to, for those, if there's any teacher listening into this platform, I would love for them to try to teach the young age, the children, in a young age, the importance of voting, importance of the democracy, not exactly to profound it, but sort of like to explain to them what difference does it make into our society. And when they grow up, they know, because some of the people, sorry to say, but some of the people, they're adults, but they don't know the impact of voting. They don't know that the vote says a lot. They don't know that how powerful it is. It's not their fault, but it's something that they were not how do you say, being told when they were small from the young age.
Right.
You understand? Because in Zimbabwe, if I'm not mistaken, you start voting when you're 18.
18. Yes.
Yeah. So by that time, when you're 18, there's so many things happening in your mind. You need to understand in a youth mindset. So if you tell them when they're still young, by the time they're 18, they, like here in Europe, for example, I'll give you a very example. Here, the children are taught by when young, on a young age. My daughter is 13. She already says, "Oh, mom, if I vote to this politician, he's gonna change that and that and that. If we do this," and I'm thinking, my goodness, when I was 13, it was
You
never
didn't
in
even
my
know that.
mind. I didn't even think of that. So I think we need to sort of empower our children and our family members to tell them and not to be scared. I know how Africa it is when you vote or when you stand out and say something. You put yourself in such a danger. But when you vote, you are camouflage. So if the majority vote for change, there's definitely, yes, there will be cheating in here and there, but if the majority votes and if we demonstrate that enough is enough, it will happen. Okay, back again to that. You were talking about the bank situation. I'm a Mozambican. We have that
My
bank.
sister, my
Yeah.
sister, there's
Standard
a
Chartered
comment
Bank.
which
Yeah.
came up. There's a comment which came up which I would just like us to address.
Did we
Anzina
lose you?
Kaya Masuku Kwazide. Since when did voting change things
Hello.
in Zimbabwe? Siana inazvo izvo.
You see, no, but but it's not his problem. You must understand. You must. This is a situation. This is like a cancer situation. You can't just go and cut out like that. You need to understand where it's coming from. How best can we take off? And I understand this guy exactly what he's trying to say. For him, it means nothing because maybe he voted and for when he voted, they lost or some reason. But doesn't mean that it ends there. That's why they've got 5 years. I don't know if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 4 to 5 years for the politician, for it's if it's Zanumpia, for CC, whatever it is. It's 5 years for them to be
Yes,
in
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if maybe this guy voted and they lost and he lost hope. But what we're trying to restore here, for what I understand, when people talk about votes, they're not saying vote and this person is gonna win. When you vote, you're trying to say for a change, you know.
Right.
That's how I understand, because many
Mhm.
people get so disappointed by when you vote, then you lose, then they lose hope. Like, what's the point? In Africa, I understand, but nowadays with the platforms, with the social media, there's so many ways to tackle our problems. Like this gentleman just said earlier on when he started the program, that we need to tell our family, our friends, and sort of like explain to them slowly. But I like the way you say, because the reason why is because there's a word which say charity begins at home. Start at home and then look for a change. If I'm living in Zimbabwe, for example, I'll put it my for example, if I'm living in Zimbabwe and I see job wise things are not working, like this bank is withdrawing from Zimbabwe, it hurts because Zimbabwe was one of the best country in Africa, and it was known. Even now that the English I speak is because of Zimbabwe. Anytime I say to people, I'm a Mozambican, I grew up in Zimbabwe, they immediately say, wow, because education was fundamental in Zimbabwe. Education was everything. So now to see this happening, seeing what's going on, it hurts. People fighting, people dying in South Africa, Zimbabwe scatters all over the world. I mean, now even the banks are withdrawing from the country. Where are we gonna end? Where is this gonna end? How best can we sort of tackle or proceed from this problem? But like now, the reason why is because we need to educate our children. We need to remind them that the votes are coming. It's us who vote. The politicians are just name, but they are given power because of that little finger, our fingerprint. And once you give them that fingerprint, you're giving them go ahead and say, yes, you can put the rules and we are going to go under your rules, and this is what's going to happen. But if we don't vote and then sit down and start complaining like, inini kavhota, there's no reason, kuzimbabwe era kumana, ndo wachandowina. Saka ukandogara uchidaro, you already prophesying kuti zvitomboiti, tichagara mupoverty kusvika tafa. Saka use like, I'm so happy that there's these platforms to encourage people, to make them aware what's happening. If we want a change, let's make it happen, but by voting. And I'm really looking forward for this vote. I don't know why, but I'm really looking forward for it. Why? Oh, wow, no, I don't really know, but in a way, I have a feeling that if we people change and try to find a way to move out of this, we're gonna make Zimbabwe a different country. You know, it's gonna raise up again. But we have a lot of debates. I've been to a lot of debates where people talk about economics and hope for Zimbabwe. And going back to this bank issue, I'm sorry to say, but I have a feeling, if I have to say my input is, I don't think they can pay the bills if the bills are always changing and the inflation. I
No,
mean,
they can't.
banks are, huh?
Yeah. It's a business decision that they've
Yeah,
made.
it's a business
Yeah.
decision. It's very difficult for people to run a business, especially a bank, because in bank ways, in economics ways, you need to make money and profit. And if you can't make money and profit, there's no need to be there. But for us, Zimbabwe always have everything, and this is a big change when the bank starts to withdraw from a country, not from the region or district. No, you can't. I'm on the phone. Sorry. So sorry, it was my son.
No, it's
He
fine.
want to, no, he thinks I'm talking to my family, so he said, "Can I say hi?"
Oh yeah, you can come and say
He-
hi.
yeah, but now he's gone. He knows he already closed the door. But no, because since now with this home offices thing, things changes, you know. Saka uri kuti tongopeta maoko without trying. No, inini anomboti sekuru Thomas anomboti petai maoko ndapota sekuru mamboti
Aiwa,
vaita
aiwa,
petai maoko.
sekuru Thomas vari kuadhiresa mukomana ari kuti zvekuvhota hazvibatsire, saka ari kuti
Ah,
nheke tipinda maoko here.
ndakada kungoti kuti masata kuti inini
No,
ndikupeta
she,
maoko.
no,
Aiwa,
no,
what am I trying to
Aiwa,
say?
he's
No,
actually
thank
agreeing
you
with
so
you.
much for saying that. Ndakada still angana kuti ndikati mai ndatsvaga basa pano nasiku Thomas. But what like this gentleman said right on the beginning, I'll keep on saying, because it's very powerful, that we need to tell our family and friends to vote and to make a difference for our children and for us. Because guys, honestly, it hurts. If you are really somebody who knows Zimbabwe, or you read the history of Zimbabwe, or you who had experience of living in Zimbabwe and seeing it now, it's very sad. And the only thing that I was just thinking, overthinking, I was like, why can't we change? And the only change is within us. If we do the change, like I was saying to another platform, there's another way of teaching our children. There are teachers teaching children in schools. Teachers are so powerful. Before you become a president, a nurse, a doctor, you have to go through a teacher. A teacher can destroy you, and a teacher can build you. So if there's a teacher on this platform, I would like them to teach the children to understand, not to fight, but to understand the meaning of voting and the meaning of wanting change in life, and discussing and come forward, even if the world hates you, even if the people don't agree with you. Most of the time people don't agree with what we say, but if you explain to them and if you show them the way out and say, look guys, we are in this situation, how best can we come out? So these children, they come home, and they can tell you. I'm going to give you a very simple example, like what happened to my son. My son is 6 years old, like the one who just came in. And I want to show you the power of the teacher. He comes from school and he says to me, Mom, my teacher said I must brush my teeth 3 times a day. Can you imagine that? Me, inini nofunga kuti niyenza kuti yendoti kotora mwana kuti chimbobrasha, I have time. And ndina time yoyo. The only time, to be honest, I have, it's either in the morning and at night. Saka during the day and night time, and go brush mazino. Why? Because I'm busy with work, I'm busy with children, I'm busy cooking, I'm busy doing. But he comes to me and says, Mom, if I go to the dentist and I'm going to tell my dentist that my teacher said I must brush 3 times, but mommy said I must brush 2 times, and then let's hear what the dentist will say. And that's true. 2 weeks ago, I had forgotten that. 2 weeks ago, I go to the dentist with my son, and he said to the dentist says, Katya, your son's teeth are not going, they're getting rot in some parts. And you know what he said? My teacher said I must brush 3 times, and my mommy said I must brush 2 times. And I've been telling my mom that the teacher is right, the teacher is clever, the teachers know. And the dentist said, you're right, the teachers know. So I said to myself, you see how teachers can change that 2 times to 3 times, and whether I like it or not, I'm getting into that system. So if you tell your children now on the young age, the youth or the under youth, that our country is going down because of our bad mistakes, of our bad choices, our bad decision, and not voting, and not making use of our right. Now this is your generation. Don't make the same mistake as we did. Don't make the same mistake as we did. And the same thing is what people are saying. Oh no, why like now South African Zimbabweans are being killed in South Africa. It's something that hurts because I'm a foreigner myself. I had a debate with my husband the other day because regarding this, as when we were driving around the city, and I saw lots of Africans, and then I said to myself, my goodness, if imagine if the Europeans decide to kick us out from Europe and say go back to Africa, what is it gonna be? How is it gonna be? So imagine these people who are being scattered from foreign countries, and when they've got a country which is rich. Even Sekou Thomas, this man, the gentleman who just wrote, he says so many things that I learn every day regarding the youth, regarding our right, regarding the what our country have in the benefits of our country, and the resources. And it hurts now. Back to why I'm saying this is because of this bank issue again. This bank issue, it's also a way to show that things are not right. Something's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
If the
Okay, my
bank.
sister.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Before you go, where were you in Zimbabwe? Where did you grow up in
I grew,
Zimbabwe?
I I grew up in Mutare, Sakuba,
Okay.
kuma avenues, but naenda kochera mvura kuma broke because sometimes we couldn't even afford. We could sometimes Sekurangu he couldn't pay water. So we had to go kochera mvura kuma broke, and that's how I learned Shona and stuff. But I grew
Yeah.
up in Zim anyway. But I'm from Mozambique, but I'm
Okay.
living in Norway at the moment.
In Norway. Okay, please, you can inbox me. We need to have a
Yeah,
full
and
program so
this,
that you tell us
yeah,
your experiences in Zimbabwe as we're growing up.
it was.
Because when we're in Zimbabwe, we used to look down upon Mozambicans. You
I
know how it was,
know,
and
yeah, but that's
we
what
are
I'm
ashamed of that. You
Yeah,
know,
thank you so. No,
and
but
you
it's
guys
not.
have turned yourselves around, and here you are. You're advising Zimbabweans now to do, what?
Yeah, but it's not. What I understand. It's a generation hatred. Some of us we hate people for no reason because takanzwa kuzi ningi wakati. Say for
Mm,
example, Sekruma Sose, I hear that you're a bad guy. But
mm,
you've never done anything wrong to me. But I grab that bad part and say Sekuma Sose I was told he was a bad guy and that he's a bad guy without
mm,
knowing. So I understand exactly why people in Zimbabwe are like that and why we behave like that. It's because of our the past what we had, and it drags us with us until today. That's why we are in poverty. Even Mozambique is the same. Don't It's like an African disease, whereby we look at the white people in a different way, like ndo akatitorera land yedu. Yes, vakatitorera, but they use it. They know how to use it.
yeah.
It's the same thing. I'm gonna tell you something remarkable. In Norway, the financial minister is a Pakistan. The health care, she's from if I'm not mistaken, the vice minister of health, she's from India or something. And one of the director for the World Bank, who is representing in Norway, is a black man. And you see that they put people, whether you Chinese, you black, you whatever, they put you according to what you
Mm,
are qualified for.
okay.
It's a shame to say what I'm gonna say. In Mozambique, it's not the same. In Mozambique, is I go in if my uncle was a minister. Whether I'm educated or not, I'm gonna be representing something that I'm not even qualified for. That's why the country goes down. That's why people are the country is failing to have economic stability because of yes. Yes. So you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I must say, I'm still using and I'm benefiting from the English that I learned from Zimbabwe, and I have so much advantages because I speak Shona, I speak English, I speak Portuguese, I speak Norwegian, I speak a little bit of German. But life teaches you, and one of the things I'm proud of is Zimbabweans are so strong. I know Zimbabweans are people who thrive. The Zimbabweans are people who fight for their lives. It's a shame that we are being or Zimbabweans are being suppressed because of the vote or because of the economic situation. But if you look around, there's so many Zimbabweans who are making a difference in the whole world. I was even surprised the other day that Simba, I don't know this guy called Simba, is on platform. He was looking for a person in Japan. And that's what made me sit down and said, what? There's Zimbabweans in Japan? Because now I'm thinking Japan's culture, Japan ways of living, and the Zimbabwean is there.
Yes,
Wow.
the Zimbabweans
That's
are everywhere.
amazing.
Okay, my sister, I would like to have another broadcasting, program with
Yeah.
you. Please inbox me so that we can schedule that. I would like to talk to you again. I want to squeeze in one more person here before I talk about Davos.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate
my
it.
sister.
Elistas, Bong, how are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Yes, please tell us where you are and maybe your contribution in just 2 minutes so that we can move on.
Right now, I'm in Zambia, Luansha town, Copperbelt province.
Do you have another gadget that is on right now? Because there's a we are getting feedback.
No. I have no any gadget which is on right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Or you have a radio or a TV that is on.
Yeah, maybe a TV.
Yeah, can you just lower its volume just a little bit?
Give me a remote.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
I will now get.
Yes.
Are you getting it now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, the politics in Zimbabwe, it's only the problem of the governance. The main problem why people are now going down in terms of hope, they are now hopeless because of police, soldiers. They are not professional.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the way they are supposed to work, because the police and the soldiers, they have to work for people, for majority, not for any party, not for any political party. That's the problem, because if people vote out the ruling party, the ruling party used to use soldiers and the police to beat people, whatever. You see what happened in 2008 and what happened in 2018, 1 August. So people, they are still realizing what's going on in Zimbabwe. How can we change? But of course, the vote is only the way to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not a member of parliament or even a councillor or whatever, you can't speak louder so that they can hear you unless using a vote. So only the problem is people are hopeless because of the soldiers. The soldiers and the police, when they get in their way, the normal way they have to work, maybe the politics in Zimbabwe will make sense. Some people will maybe know what they have to do, or whether to change, how can they change, or to vote. The heart of Zimbabweans, they need to vote. They want to vote. They want change, but only the problem of police and the soldiers. When they get back into normal work, the way they are supposed to work, maybe things will become
Okay.
normal.
Thank you very much, my brother, for your contribution. We appreciate it.
But I wanted to say something, if I may say something, Kunasekuru. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think there was also right. So moving on, folks. I know I promised to talk about Davos. You know, the conference in Davos that world leaders go to. You know, it's something that has been going on for the longest time, for the past 50 years. The World Economic Forum is, you know, it's also known as the global platform, where leaders, political leaders, government leaders, international organizations, civil society, and academia, they come together to address critical issues at the beginning of every year. And we've seen Emerson Mnangagwa going there every year. So, and there they make deals. He begs for money. He gets money. He gets millions from world organizations, because all the World Economic Organizations will be there. So he is going there with information. This is not, anyway, you are not seeing it on social media. You haven't seen it even in Herald. But we have that information that Emerson Mnangagwa will be in Davos from the 22nd of May to the 26th of May. Now, you know what happens every time when we have these international meetings and Emerson Mnangagwa goes there. Remember what happened in the United Kingdom, where people were parting, you know, cages and cages of whisks, you know, being bought. That's exactly what has started happening right now. The reliable source that I spoke to yesterday was telling me that over $1 million has already been deployed for that very conference. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's what was happening in the United Kingdom. But as I am speaking right now, Zimbabweans, their CIOs, they are members of the presidential guard that are already in Davos, that are already in Switzerland. Folks, using your money on taxpayers' expense. They've booked the whole, you know, about 2 floors of one of the most expensive hotels in Switzerland. And it's your money. It's taxpayers' money. And just like what you saw from those pictures that were flying there are already people that are galvanizing people, including Swiss nationals and a few Zimbabweans there and a few Africans there, so that they'll be demonstrating at the Davos in support of Emerson Mnangagwa. Just like what was happening in the United Kingdom. You know, people were being given 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, so that they can wear yellow t-shirts, they can wear Emerson Mnangagwa's green t-shirts in support of them. They've already started that process right now in Davos. So Zimbabweans in Switzerland, Zimbabweans in Europe, my folks, my comrades in the United Kingdom, I know in 2018, was it 2018 or 2017, you did wonders in Davos. You went to Davos in your numbers. So this is a wake-up call. This is a call to act for all Zimbabweans in the United Kingdom and in Europe, and in particular, those in Switzerland. Let's start organizing ourselves so that we are there in full force, just like what we did in Scotland, what we did at the environmental conference, where we went and demonstrated. That's what we need to do right now, because ZANU-PF is already 10 steps ahead of us. They're already parceling out t-shirts, parceling out money in Switzerland, so that we have people that will be saying Mnangagwa is right. They want Mnangagwa. You know, optics matter. Optics matter. So we need to go out there in our numbers. I know UK province, I know Zimbabweans in UK, you will not let us down. If you want us to start organizing, there's some information that I can give off air, offline, so that we can begin to strategize. But we don't want this narrative that ZANU-PF is giving, and that's going to be, that we're going to see in Switzerland. People demonstrating in support of Emmerson Mnangagwa. They're not doing it in truth. They're doing it because they've been given money. Just like those young ladies that you're seeing in the United Kingdom, in Scotland. So please, let's talk about this outside this, so that we plan our action, what we need to do. This is a man who is passing out the patriotic bill. So this is something very important that I needed to point out. If we make noise about Davos, we make noise about the patriotic bill. The patriotic bill is about to be passed anytime this week or next week. But if we start making noise about it, he is not going to do it, because he wants to go to Davos, on a good slate. He doesn't want, anything happening, tainting his image. If there is one thing that Emmerson Mnangagwa doesn't want, it's people tainting his image. Now that's our duty. There's nothing wrong. We're not being unpatriotic. We are protesting. We are telling him that we do not want the patriotic bill. So let's make more noise about the patriotic bill, and I can promise you it will not pass. He will not push it through parliament right now. And even if he goes there, we would have already made our point. And I don't see that patriotic bill being passed. To those who don't understand what I'm talking about, these two are connected. That's why I'm saying sometimes we have to talk off air. The patriotic bill means that what we are doing here, if you are talking, if you are writing on Facebook, if you are on Twitter, you go on Twitter Spaces, you say something that is anti-government, you can be arrested on arrival at the Harare International Airport. If you are seen talking, or if you have a meeting with a foreign entity, with a foreign person, or you talk to a government official, even on things that don't have to do with Zimbabwe per se, you can still get arrested when you get to Harare, or on arrival at Bedbridge, or at Plumtree border post. So this is Thomas is asking for a link to join to speak. Okay, Thomas, Tokpai Mu, you can join. But what I'm saying is, let's fight the patriotic bill, and let's organize for this conference, the Davos conference. Let's be organized. Let me see here, Mavis Mchena, why not mentioning that they have reduced their operations in South Africa too, than demonizing Zimbabwe? My Mavis Mchena, we're not even talking about that. We won't even waste time about that. If Standard Chartered Bank was making money in Zimbabwe, they would not even move away from Zimbabwe. It's a non-brainer, It's a no-brainer. If your Standard Chartered Bank is in business to make money, if they are making money in Zimbabwe, why would they move away from Zimbabwe? They wouldn't. They are moving away from Zimbabwe because they are not making money. They are not making as much money as they should. They are going to Zambia, where they will be making more money. It's as simple as that. We are not tarnishing anyone's image. We are just analyzing the situation as it is. Business people are in business to make money. No company will make money in an environment that has been created by Emmerson Mnangagwa. You can't do that. You can't make money. How can you operate in a country where tomorrow morning you wake up and the currency has been changed without consultation, and you lose everything? Who wants to operate in an environment like that? So maybe Mchena, my sister, to stop defending something that is indefendable.
Besides Mavis
Right.
Muchema, we flighted tweets. There was a tweet which indicated that.
I'm seeing my brother is still there. We are about to
Chief
round
can't hear
up.
me.
Let me see here the message that I'm getting on my inbox. Someone wants to join. Komdara, munongo join. Aga link iripo. Just jump on the link and join. The link is on the comment section. Mr. Mtangiri, I know you want to join. Let me just go back to my guests here. I'll give them 2 minutes to round up. We have changed radio news that is coming on radio because this broadcast is also being broadcasted elsewhere. My brother, I'm giving you 1 minute to round up. Just say what you want to say, and then I'll go to my sister there. Estela, you want to say something?
Yes, Chief, we are not on the radio anymore.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you, but I think, Chief, you can't hear me.
My sister, you can go ahead.
Which one?
Kashio.
You, my sister.
Is that your name?
My name is Katia. Katia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. 2 minutes so that we.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, guys, keep it up what you're doing and using the platforms to educate people, to open people's mind and remind them how every individual is important. They play a role in our lives, in our community, in our change of lives, and all the reason for I to understand these platforms are made to make an awareness of what's happening around us, and it's up to us to make a decision. And I'm so happy, Stella and Sekuruma, so well done for having these platforms to open people's mind and give them hope and make them understand what and Sekou Thomas, love you so much, and I'll see you later on another platform. And you guys are doing an amazing job of showing the people that this is what's supposed to be done, and this is how we should do it, and to be aware of what is going on. And thank you so much for sharing with us very important information of how our money is being diverted to something else where people in Zimbabwe need it most, especially in hospitals, especially for children's education, and the adults are enjoying in booze instead of investing for the country. It's actually sad because for what I understand, kana uri kuenda kokumbira muriwo kuna next door uri kukumbira south, hauendi nemafuta nenyama yacho vati ndikukumbira south, ndozvikuita Mnangagwa. No, that's how I understand. Ungaenda kokumbira sauti uine nyama neraisi nezvinovata kumana handina mafuta kumba. It doesn't make sense. You know, if you go into a country and say, look, Zimbabweans need help, Zimbabweans have no money, we need to infrastructure, we need for this and that, and then all of a sudden manero acho akuita party nema expensive whiskey, it doesn't make sense. It's actually to be ashamed of. Yeah, like this. It's very sad. Kuti ungaisa kwenda kukumbira chibatiro. Then you know what the white people look at us? They say we are crazy. Because when they look at it, honai, tapa mare, akwenda koto spender in a wrong way. Saka, that's what we need to be aware of, because one person is making the whole nation be ashamed. I mean, nothing is wrong with being a president and enjoying the goods or the benefits of being a president, but there's a way of doing it. Because this is all over social media, this is all over everywhere, and when people see more Zimbabweans, they say, anarikumbira mare kwenda komwadoro zvakafane kuti ndindikira komukumbira anhu endikumbira mare yoda kuti sei dotenga chikafu ondona ndamubhawa wandipa mare yawo ndamubhawa ndakumwa. What am I saying? Even mangwana, when I need it most, you never give me.
We won't give you, yes.
Okay. Because that's the same thing which is it's happening in Zimbabwe. Why investing in Zimbabwe? The Zimbabweans, they're killing themselves. And you know what the worst character in Zamangeza ndo arikuraya ana Smith ndo akatitorera land pano. It's us, among us. vanhu vacho vari kutorerana. And the worst part is tisi vacho tichizoti hama dzangu dziri kushupika. And one of the things that I don't know whether you know Sekou Thomas Royal, I follow him a lot on social media. One of the things that he says is that we are to blame, we people. And why I'm saying this, because you also said we need to tell our family members. Like if we take Sekou Thomas information and your information and put it together, our Zimbabwe will be different. Our Zimbabwe will be different because we will be aware of what's happening. And they need to know kuti ukasvika panyanga hakusiko baba kuda kuita development, we need a change for way forward. Haikona kuti inini ukaisa kati ya panyanga ndamubhawa ndaipi ndatoza ndotanga kuzadza mumapocket hama dzangu chichi kuba. It's not a problem, tinoba everyone still, but no kuti kana wakuba kwachoka ipo consideration kuti anhu we, is this fair? Enough is enough.
Right.
You can only do so much damage, you know. Thank you,
my sister. I want to bring up your brother here, Thomas, but I can only have 2 guests here, so I'm gonna have to take.
Oh, he's the genius. He's a genius. I like him.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Elastus, can you please just go 1 minute, my brother, so that I can bring other people? Just your closing remarks. Yes. Elastus, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Problem Zimbabwe is too much corruption. Right now, mwana wa Mnangagwa ane zvakawanda zvaari kuita, but we just heard that they are investigating whatever they are doing there. Commission anti-corruption. What are they doing? Vari kunyatsoshanda kana kuti ichi chiri kumboitika, because tikatarisa mamwe mabusinesses ari kuitwa muZimbabwe ari kuitwa negovernment chete, hapana kana mumwe munhu ari kumbobenefita. Ordinary person, no one is benefiting. They are just benefiting those who are in government. Asina hama iri mugovernment hauna chako. Inini baba vangu inini vakafa vasina kana chavakawana, but nguva yehondo vakaningirikana vakaita basa rakakura. Vairohwa vachiendeswa kukasaga, kana muchikuziva kunonzi kukasaga kuDarwen. Vairohwa vachiendeswa ikoko. But right now they are persecuting people in Zimbabwe and saying no other part which is going to rule Zimbabwe, because this country will get it through blood shedding. Who didn't? Ndiana asina contribute pa green pa hondo.
Yeah.
Even I myself, I'm 1985 year born. Ndakabarwa 1985, but still more. Kunyangwe ndakabarwa 1985, vakacontributa panguva yehondo. Ndo vaivepo. Saka nenyumo wacho ndakatocontributa. Then iko zvinozvi vari kuabuse vanhu vakufa, and vari kufa zviri kurwadza. South Africa vanhu vari kufa zviri kurwadza, zvinorwadza. Asiwo vachizviti vari kutungamirira nyika. Kutungamirira kupi kwavari kutungamirira? Zimbabweans, we have to wake up and go and register to vote. That's the way we can get out from poverty. Ndo mukana bedzi watingagone kushandisa kubuda mumatambudziko. Nhamo dzese dzatiri kusangana nadzo, kuurayiwa kwese kuri kuitwa vanhu. Vari kuuraya ini kambani yenhingiriki neStandard Chartered dzamadzitaurai haingagare munyika maisingaisirwe mari muakaunti. Musina vanovhura maakaunti, vanovhura
Chief, Chief, you're on mute. I think maybe Chief asked Kunzwa because he couldn't hear me either. Guys, if you don't hear Chief, please indicate in messages, write in messages. Kuti Chief,
Estella,
we're
can you
not
bring
hearing
up
you.
Mr. Mutangiri, please?
Sorry, Chief, Mambenge muri mute. Thomas Mutangiri, you're not in the backstage. Please try
Estella,
to
can you hear me?
link again.
Looks like she cannot hear me. Let me get him on audio. I'm not I'm on mute. Am I? Yes, Mr. Mtangiri. I was trying to get you on video. We can't get you. I don't know. We can't see you on backstage. You can go ahead. You are live.
Problem inaitika kumba kwedu from a rap research yandakangoita ini vapana vedava vanika mentality kaya kuti hazvina basa kuregister kuna basa hazvina zvinobatsira. Let me say, kana pano panofana kuvhota vanhu 100 saka ndovhota 30 zanu ine chance pa 70 to around with my figures. It is because Tawapamkana, this is not that either the voter around the ages of the voter. As you know, future interested in they got longer to live than us. I'm not. So, because all right. Kana nyanga tikati mentality tikandorega kundovhota vatisera vatina mutoriro ikiiwe anovakazibabwe yacho ndiani vana Mnangagwa vakona asipeseri kusera kuteererana napastor Davos zvavanoita zviya it doesn't make sense. They should go and register in numbers kuti zvinhu zvakona zvifambe. Vana Mnangagwa vari kuzva mari vachiba mari vari vapenyu kudai varara pahiro center paya vanenge vachibva mari kuti vari vanochengetwa paya. It costs the taxpayer money to maintain that place. Vanogadzwa namasai imari yavari kudya vakafa kutora pete sadza zveswa nenyama yehuku inogadzika paguva romunhu wakafa wakaora kare kare mabasa zari mwana mupenyu kana kuti zukuru mupenyu ari baba ari kuchema ari kuti sekuru ndoda sadza. It doesn't make sense that it is Havana kind of focus. Even it's Taraba Zimmer. 1,000 years. Zana change the thing, to be honest. So, what kind of let's focus? What was ready to make another A-levels? No, sir, I'm saying some attempt in the airtime. Which is in the Christian spirit. Does not really make sense. Zimbabwe is one of the richest countries in Africa. That was the first inhabited in Africa. Let's try to go in numbers and register the votes. That's my message to you today.
Yes. Thank you very much. I think the youth that are listening are hearing it from one of our senior citizens. They're encouraging the youth to go and register to vote. Thank you so much, Mr. Mtangiri. We appreciate it. He will be in Davos on the 22nd of May to the 26th of May.
22nd of May, I will try
it organizana ku UK ikoko so that you can go in numbers. 22nd to the 26th of May. Kunokumbira mari kunopiwa mari. Yes, the same thing that he did in Glasgow.
Hey, official, Mnangagwa ide yakura. Iye uyani mani wakaita zvavakabatsira. Ide yagara tiri mari pabraza chiramba navanhu. So that those little few minutes they are awake. They should be playing with their grandchildren.
Exactly.
They are now useless. Haukamatisimitanya sekuru vapera nanhageja kuti vanovaka narogeja mombe dzichichaigwa navapana vanogona kukuza mombe.
Right.
To retire vana Mnangagwa vaya kuti zvavari kuchiitira izvi.
Yeah, people are not hearing. They are saying you're echoing. So I think we have to cut off here. But thank you so much for coming. Okay. Right, folks, thank you so much for joining. This is the breaking news that we heard. Mnangagwa is attending Davos conference, obviously to beg for more money. Oh, there is another topic that we need to address very quickly. Addressing the GNU issue. There's been a lot of chatter, a lot of talk on social media, on WhatsApp, on Twitter about a GNU that is brewing. There is no GNU that is brewing. There's nothing like that. There are no talks that are going on with CCC. If there's a GNU that is being talked about, maybe it's Monzora and other people, but not within CCC. As CCC, we are focused on recruiting, on mobilizing people, galvanizing people, registering people, so that we win Zimbabwe for change outright in 2023. So please do not be discouraged by this news, because it's very important that we talk about these things. Some of these rumors, even though they're just rumors, we need to just talk about them, because I was seeing in some groups, some people were even saying, so why are we wasting our time donating to CCC when they are already sitting down with Emmerson Mnangagwa crafting a GNU? There is no GNU. I think all those who are on Twitter, you've already seen what Fadzai, my champion spokesperson, has already said to that. There are no talks. There is nothing. That's fake news. Even the publication that publicized that, I've never heard about it. I've never seen about seen it anyway. So please do not just swallow some of this garbage, this propaganda from ZANU-PF, hook, line, and sinker. Do not be disturbed by things like that. But yes, it's important that we mention, we come and we tell everyone that it's fake news. There is no GNU that is coming. Nobody wants that. We once bitten, twice shy. One last round, reading people's why you hate your country so much. If he gets the money, does it matter to you, since you are enemies of this country? Alex Zenda, don't make me angry. Do not make me angry. Do not make people here angry. Do you know what is going on in Zimbabwe? ZANU-PF has been getting millions and millions of dollars from Europe, from IMF, from World Bank, from Africa, from China, from everywhere. They've been getting money. That's what they've been doing. That's the reason why we now have a $12 billion external debt. Where has that money gone to? Where has all the money that they've gotten from the USA, from the United Kingdom, from Europe? Where has that money gone to? Can you tell me where? What evidence is there in Zimbabwe that shows you that the money that has been borrowed by Emmerson Mnangagwa has been put to good use? We know that if he gets money from there, he is going to misuse it. They are going to loot it. We know that, and you know that. So please do not come here and tell us whatever nonsense you're telling us. Liar, Peter say, Sekuru Thomas Mtangiri, if you were a politician, I could definitely vote for you. That's Katia there. Mavis Muchena, again, effect is without a GNU chief, Chamisa would never rule Zimbabwe. Chinuchevan is, remember, people who took out Mugabe did that so they can get in power, and now using Mnangagwa as a front, but Vachauya Havo, Kuchini Chavo, and Pedza. Even Smith said not in 100 years. So don't come here and tell me that never. Never say never. Smith said it, but look where it gets him. It gets him. It got him. So the people who rule Mavis Mchena, this is like you're saying, Chinuchevan, yes, the people have a final say to everything, even to any dictator. Nothing lasts forever. So yeah, I repeat again, we are not worried. We're not even bothered about talks of a GNU. Nobody is fighting for a GNU. We are fighting for the people of Zimbabwe to be free outright, not to be half free. So thank you so much, Zimbabweans, for joining. We appreciate you. Estella, do you want to say your last words?
Can you hear me, Chief? Chief cannot hear me,
Okay,
but I will go.
Thank you. Keep it up. Kasia, please, I'm going to inbox you. We need to have a program and talk about your experiences in Zimbabwe when you're growing up and what's going on in Mozambique right now. We appreciate you coming up to our platform here and talk and give us the ideas that you were talking about voter registration. Please let's follow that up. Make sure you call someone this Easter holiday. You call some people so that they register to vote. Thank you so much, Zimbabweans. Let's enjoy our Easter. But those in UK, please, let's get in touch. Let's plan for Davos, 22 May to 26 May. Emerson Mnangagwa has already deployed his people that will be demonstrating in favor of him. Thousands of dollars, if not millions, have already been deployed. People are being given money in Switzerland right now as we are speaking, and the hotels have already been booked at your expense. Taxpayers' money. It's your money. So please, let's get on with that. Thank you so much. God bless you. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are.
Yeah, Citizen Coalition for Change, New Great Zimbabwe, one people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, simuka, chamisa chete chete, kapini hake mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai nyika kulikia mukomana ndia nekia yelo yashika banyaya tatu. Yeah, Citizen Coalition for Change, New Great Zimbabwe, one people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, simuka, chamisa chete chete, kapinde hake mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana. 2023 kana movota, voterai chamisa, maZimbabwenzi kana movota, mugovoterawo chamisa, yawo kana movota, yawo kana movota, kana movota, yawo kana movota, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana, voterai mkomana, abinde mkomana. Hara wasekambo zama kukia asikutoka nyika kudikia mukomana ndia nekia Yellow yasika manyaya tatu. Yeah. Citizen Coalition for Change. New Great Zimbabwe. One people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, Simuka. Chamisa chete chete.